Hello, hello, good people. Hello, welcome back to another episode of Make America Think Again. My edges are not laying down. With Shauna Vaughn. Hello, everybody. Hello. Down below, you can see the correct spelling of my name, my IG information, and my Cash App. Please make sure that you are subscribed to the page. Make sure that you like any of the content that just really speaks to you or teaches you something or makes you laugh. And then also share the information. Share the page with somebody. Bring someone over. Okay, are y'all ready for the tea? I've got some tea for you. Got some tea for you this week. This is my spring mug. Do y'all like it? Y'all like it? Okay. So let's talk about Melania. Melania, First Lady Melania, came out this week and she held an unannounced press conference. Unbeknownst to the felon, she held a press conference. She called a press conference. Most of her, apparently, or allegedly, most of her staff didn't even know what she was going to say. And she held a press conference on her own behalf, saying that she had nothing to do with Epstein. She was not friends with Epstein. She did not run in that circle. She included her husband on one thing. She said, "Well, we attended some parties together, but." She also said there are a lot of other people that need to be investigated. There were a lot of other people involved. She also called for congressional hearings to allow the survivors to share their stories if they would like to. Yeah, that happened this week. So here are my thoughts on Melaniagate. Melania, I believe, is trying to get out in front of something. Until the shit hits the fan, we really don't know or won't know what that thing is. But I do have some ideas that I'd like to share with you. Number one is Amanda Ungaro. By now, you may have heard of her, but Amanda Ungaro was recently deported. And she was deported on behalf of her ex-husband, Paolo Zampoli. Now, what you need to know about Paolo Zampoli, not only is he somehow part of the regime and traveling with JD Vance right now. Imagine, like, how do you go from a modeling agency to, anywho, back in the day when Amanda Ungaro was brought to the United States, she was either 16 or 17 years of age. It is documented that she was on the flight logs, Epstein flight logs, at age 17, but she was brought, again, another young girl brought to the States under this guise of providing her with a modeling career. So we know that she was on Epstein's plane. We know that she was 17. And we know that this Paolo Zampoli, who is credited with bringing Melania or getting Melania into the States, and also credited, or he's already spoken up and taken the credit for connecting Melania with the felon. So that's another thing that Melania wanted to correct. The record, she's like, I was not introduced to the felon, well, her husband, through Epstein. She said that and she just left it. And then after that, Paolo comes out and says, oh, it was I. I am the one who connected her. But here's the thing. Melania was very young when she was brought to the States. I believe she was over 18, but she was very young woman. And this Amanda Ungaro was 16 or 17. We know that she was on Epstein's plane at 17. That's how she is in the flight logs. And she spent over 20 years here. She marries Paolo Zampoli, has a son with Paolo Zampoli, and then during a custody dispute, Paolo goes to his folks with the in the IC in DHS and requests that Amanda is deported. He has her deported. And according to Amanda, see, so Amanda is in another country. I want to say Colombia. She's in another country and she's talking to media in that other country. And she's telling them at 6 a.m., the ICE folks came to her home, got her and the husband out of bed. She's in her pajamas, got the child, took them all to wherever they needed to go to be deported. She's deported, but her child had nowhere else to go. And then they got a call. They got to call Paolo because Paolo is the American citizen. Now, listen, this man not only had her deported, he took her child. And Amanda is pissed. And Amanda is also pissed with Melania because she's like, look, bitch, we've been intertwined and in the same world for 20 plus years. And you knew I had been detained. You knew he was trying to deport me and you didn't do shit. So now she's threatening to burn the whole house down. I'm telling everything. I'm going to break the system. So that's the scoop, y'all. That's the main scoop. That's the one I'm going with. There's another one out there that there's this book being written by Maggie Haberman and this other writer from the New York Times, and it's supposed to be released, I believe, in May or early June. And it has some stuff in it, some information that was supposedly leaked from some of the White House staffers, and the felon is going around in a fit and a rage trying to figure out who was leaking or who leaked to them for this book. So that's another thing that's coming down the pike. But I believe what Melania was trying to get in front of was Amanda and whatever Amanda has to say. And she was trying to distance herself from everything that has gone down in the Epstein crime syndicate. So stay tuned, folks. Stay tuned because hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. And Amanda is pissed.